then I had 4 or 5 RBIs.
Thank you.
I have 3 RBIs. What?
Also, Gus Skibby on base today.
I know. He went 0 for 6. Pretty sure he was 0 for 6.
We're live.
Whoever was there. Go get a cup. Hello, everyone. We are bringing you a random live stream. It'll be the Yankees and the Marlins here.
I'm good.
It's the first time I've ever seen somebody actually do that.
Not sure who's going to be throwing. It looks like tall guy might be on the mound. And they are overseen, in a sense, by their captain, Luke Bacula, who, in a surprising move, cleared waivers and was able to sign with the Marlins. And the Yankees have quite the look today. They all have new Yankee pinstripe shorts. Short shorts, but of course they pull them off better than anyone in the league, those tall Poley brothers.
All right. And we welcome everyone. Did you already do the welcome, Brett?
Yeah, kind of. I've been talking about...
I brought my big cup.
Oh, good. I've been talking about the players, and we talked about the game a little bit, about who's playing
good,
and who's
good,
pitching.
good.
Looks like tall guy, and then about Scott's and the Yankees' new very cut shorts.
Yeah, you know, the shorts are from Romwe, if you ever heard of Romwe. It's the Sheen, Romwe, Cup Sheen, you know, grouping there. Talked to Scott about it, and that's where you can get cheap clothing, all from China. And I know your business knows China pretty well too, but you know, you get some really cheap. Those were $5 each, all those pants, and they cut them.
That's a great idea.
Great deal.
It's a great idea. It's one of those
Now,
things.
are they ladies though? Or nobody can really tell if they're ladies'
I mean,
pants.
They're very tight.
Or men's. One would assume that they are ladies, but Gus Skibby coming to take the. Wow, is that for me? I don't need both those. All right, I get 2. Look at that. All right, Trent Davis on the mound for the first time for the Marlins, unless I missed it yesterday.
I don't remember him pitching yesterday.
You know, Trent could probably have one step and be 20 feet in front of where the line is there.
Definite advantage. He's also coming down from a higher angle.
He's coming down. I just spilled some OJ, but that's the thing you don't need really in a mimosa is the OJ.
Just a little dash.
Well, cheers, Brett, to another season since we started this back in 2003.
Before we could legally drink, before we knew what mimosas were.
That's definitely true. Oh, needs a little more champagne, actually. Do we still have one more champagne too, Brett, in there?
Yeah.
Well, we better do some live stream games the next couple of games and get going here.
I mean, I don't have anything to do until 12:45 when I am announcing a game. So.
And my first game, or my next game is not till 3 something.
Oh.
So we might have a fun afternoon ahead of us.
Sounds good to me.
Although we are playing the Rockies again. Big news coming out last game: the undefeated Braves get defeated by your brother Blake Spencer and the Rockies 7-5. Close matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Tough game for Gus Skibby at the plate after Brett batting close to 800 in the first half. And Gus, as we all know, is a little inhuman in this game, but he kind of got brought back to earth a little bit in that game. And so it was very interesting to Scott Poley pops one up, but that'll be, not so easy of a play.
Oh.
Stumbles and falls, and Scott barely beats it.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
It is a hit. You can't give an error on that, Brett. That was just, that's just a slip of the dew in the morning. You can't really blame him of that there. But Trent tried to get an early out there, and it was looking good.
That could have been a good start for the Marlins, and then Sam comes up and makes them pay.
You can't make a mistake in the league here, because there's always bound to be something that happens.
Yeah, it's hard enough to get 2 outs and continue on, but giving the hitters an extra out, especially the Yankees, you can definitely mash.
And Yankees doing so good, but do you know who the home run leader? Jackson Crosley on the Yankees. Out of all these tall mashers, Jackson Crosley leading the team in home runs after the first half of the season. And look who it is. He's up, ladies and gentlemen.
Just as speak of the devil.
And Jackson hits one up the middle, right to Luke. Luke bobbles it, and that'll be an error on Luke. Easy play for Luke. Definitely an error. had it in both of his hands. He's frustrated, you can tell.
Yeah, you think they should kind of be out of the inning, down maybe 1 or 2 runs at this point.
Yeah.
And it's 0 outs, and what are they?
3-0.
3 or, yep. So, pressure's on for the Marlins here already early.
Yeah, and the Marlins only scoring 8 runs in their first 4 games. You know, you gotta get used to it in the SWBL. But then they came back this morning and scored 7 in their very first game this morning. So already almost doubling their total. Definitely what they needed.
Did not know that. Who did they play?
They played the Rockies this morning,
Okay.
12-7. So Rockies, 2 close games.
Yeah.
Scott hits him right to Luke. Luke could redeem himself right here. Gets Scott out at first. Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, it hits a spot.
Good in the morning. Ooh, I should put
Especially on a cool, crisp morning on Labor Day. I'm loving the fall weather a little bit.
Yeah,
Early fall weather.
I'm gonna put strawberry in it. You know, I like hit or miss. This morning was great, 66. Yesterday morning was abysmal.
Let's go,
and let me take
Sam!
Sam Bakula, after having the least amount of home runs for his team, and Sam was batting, Brett, in the 200s yesterday. Sam Bakula in the 200s, and that's huge for him to go 2 for 2 right now.
Yeah, a quick start for the Yankees is what they need. At 1-3, you gotta believe that they are, scraping by for every win now. They need it to make the playoffs.
Heaven, holy!
Evan just turns on it. Inside shot might have hit him, but he can turn on it and push it out. What are you eating there?
It looks like a sandwich made probably by my parents that Gus brought over. You know, that's one thing about staying here with mom and dad. You know, you get the full service treatment, I guess.
Yeah, that is nice. I know what you mean. Whenever I go, in Jackson.
His 7th run of the season and the 7th run of the inning, 7-0, huge opening start. And for Trent Davis, he's just gotta shake his head because, I mean, in his ERA it'll count as only half an inning for him.
Tall guy. Is that tall guy?
Which means if we do the math real quick, I don't know what 14 times 5 is, but that's his ERA.
I don't. It's too early to do math, so
I'll try to figure it out.
Just say it's.
I think it's 75.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's either 70 or 75. It's 70.
It is.
I just did the math.
Got it. All right. Took us a while because it's a Sunday morning.
And I did it in my head. Brett can confirm. Luke can too. There's no phone over here. I did that math in my head and watched
14 times 5?
It's 70, I think.
70.
And I think there's going to be some 4th grader out there that'll be like, no, it's 49. And they're going to be right, not me.
49.
No. And then you'll teach them how to sing. And that they're wrong.
Do you think Sam Bakula and Luke Bakula know we're live streaming and they're blocking the viewers from viewing?
No. I think they're just aware of themselves.
We're good. Sam
Walking
Rudnick,
around so pretty.
Sam Rudnick, the big surprise for this team. He's been hitting so well for this team and obviously leading off now for the Marlins. Ooh, nice pitch from Scott Pulley there on the mound.
Jack, hell of a cooler setup.
Scott has the longest arm tape I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what that does. Is that for the look? Or
I think it
for...
holds your muscles in place.
Okay.
So that
it's like, sort of like compression sleeve type.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wore one once on, remember last year, I wore cleats and I twisted and fell.
Yeah.
And I pulled my hammy. Getting old, you know. Hey!
Oh, well.
Souvenir for the fans. Now I gotta go get hand sanitizer. But I slipped and fell. And Will Rath put one of those on there, and I'm not quite sure if it helped me or not, to be honest with you. I couldn't tell a difference.
It partly could be the placebo effect where you just have something and you're like, hey, it feels better a little bit, you know?
Gus is gonna ring the bell, and that'll be another $1 donated from Ruben Brown. I'll go get the bell.
And that brings up Luke Bakula, who, like we said earlier, was signed by the Marlins. Late minute addition. He seems to know them very well. Scott throws pitch and Luke waves at it. Because as you know, the first strike pitch rule.
This year, like product orders come in?
I don't think you ordered anything.
And Luke just crushes it.
Oh, you mean like koozies and such?
I thought I ordered a hat and tank, but maybe it didn't go tank. I'll double check.
Well, you're talking to the 2 right guys over here.
Oh.
Well, we'll give it a
I
look.
don't remember Sam's name, to be honest with
I'll
you.
double check my phone. Maybe I was
If you didn't get an email from Brett,
Mm.
then there's no way that you. Yeah.
I think I just tried to get it in at like the very last minute.
Yeah, just tell us,
It's a swing.
and we'll get it to you.
Yeah, we can still do it. And after Luke puts the Marlins on the board, that brings up Eli.
You know, Luke has found it the past couple games, and that's what the Marlins need if they're going to go. They need that veteran presence.
Yeah, he struggled quite a bit yesterday.
He did.
I think it's just an adjustment period. So I think the Marlins, I think everyone is rooting for them to get at least one win.
I agree.
Just
No,
not against their own team.
You know, it's good that the Braves lost. You don't have any undefeated teams, and it's always good to not have a defeated team as well. We'd like it to be as even as possible.
As we say that, this is one of the most competitive.
Jackson with a nice play to himself.
Up to get it. Known more for his pitching, but out there playing left field.
Good fielder. When John Callaway's on the Yankees, you know, Jackson sometimes when he's not pitching will play right field if Scott's not. But Jackson showing his own there
Jack, good play out
in
there.
left field. And this ball pickup brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. We want to thank Dick's Sporting Goods year after year for coming in big, and I don't think we have paid for a wiffle ball for our season maybe in 5 years.
It's incredible.
Thanks to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, we support them a lot. We've
Mm-hmm.
been around them.
Oh yeah, all of our bat purchases come from there. You know, anybody that wants something, we always say we're going to Dick's. You know, our bat tapes get purchased at Dick's. Every year we bought the bases from Dick's. We buy the pitcher's mound every year, or the pitcher's rubber.
Tall guy back on the mound after giving up 7 in the first.
You gotta believe they're gonna ride him just a little bit, see what he can do. Maybe settle down. Hits a nice pop fly. Luke slips though. Hits the base.
Base. And
Can't
what can go wrong is going wrong.
and you can't give him an error again because of the slip. So it's 2 hits for Scott.
I feel good.
Yeah, you know, during the summer league we were not allowed to wear cleats. He called infield fly, so the batter is out.
Mm-hmm.
But during summer league we were not allowed to wear cleats because we used
Correct.
turf, and there was also no running, so it was a lot
Didn't need
easier.
it, yeah.
But here in the mornings, you know, Sunday afternoon there's no dew. Sunday morning, Saturday morning, there's going to be a little
Oh, yeah.
slipperiness.
It's cleats are needed in the morning, that's for sure. But you know, it's overcast today, and right now the sun would be blazing on the fielders, but everybody playing this morning has it much easier. And Trent redeems himself with the catch. Nice job.
And they get out of the inning
Put
without
up a
giving
zero.
up one.
That was a nice job. Like I said, maybe just needed time to settle in. And he looks great out there with the navy hat, just purchased this year. All of our hats have now been sold out. It's an exciting time. Luke and Trent bought the last 2. So we are out of hats, and we've sold the Racerback ladies tee and the men's tank top as well. Only the polo and another t-shirt left to go for apparel.
That's pretty impressive. We've done very well, I think. And like we said, most of the koozies, we have 5 left out of 21 that we ordered.
And 5 towels out of 20.
And like,
Or
I'm using the koozie right now. It's legitimately, like, it's amazing.
You know,
It just works
Spencer
so well.
Bogad sent the front office a text, and you were on that as well, talking about how the koozies are amazing. And he had coffee in it all morning long, and it was into the afternoon, 2 o'clock, and his coffee was still hot, he said.
Yeah, he poured coffee in the morning, forgot about it, went back like 5 hours later, and it was
Still hot.
Still
So,
hot.
if you hot or cold, ladies and gentlemen, these koozies are incredible. And which company is the koozies under, would you
That
say?
would be Spencer Gear.
Spencer Gear.
Yeah.
So Spencer Gear, thank you so much for all of our towels and our koozies as a walk from Josh Anthony happens here. Josh Anthony had a monster home run, Brett, in the last game that they had. Just monster. The guy who just got a walk here. Same run.
His nickname is Fat J.
Fat J. Apparently he's a rapper. To the wall. Could get out though, running like a little girl. Shouldn't have said that.
Welcome to the league.
Jane is really slow. She is my niece. She is my niece. Jane is quite slow, and Jane was just running. Comparing to Jane, calm down.
All in good fun. He waves at it just to get that first pitch strike out of the way.
Oh, see the Jeep? Did it hit it? No, it didn't even hit it. His brother Sam hit it over the Jeeps,
Wow.
but
That
Luke
is
can't
impressive.
even get it to the Jeep.
That was the longest home run I've ever hit hands down.
I don't remember the last time I hit a home run that got close to the Jeep.
Mine went under today, but I'm pretty sure it bounced 3 times before it went under.
He pushes it to right field. Nice little base knock.
Eli, nice hitting there.
You gotta think if the Marlins start to put up a few runs, they're gonna move on to another pitcher if they have to.
I don't know,
They-
Trent,
they
shut
need
him down
this
there.
win.
Oh, the Yankees?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yankees. If the Marlins keep putting up runs, you have to think they'll go to Jackson probably sooner rather than later, just because of their record being 1-3. They absolutely need to have this win, as that hit low. Hopefully people can hear me because I'm speaking kind of soft and low.
I noticed that you were speaking soft when I walked up, but that's okay.
As long as people can hear me.
I don't think they can.
Well, I'll talk a little bit louder.
All right. I know that people were having trouble hearing us on Friday.
That was probably the wind, not us.
Yeah, wind's pretty minimal now.
How do you like it? I think so.
So after
Right at Scott makes the play.
Only one out. Oh.
Eli
I thought
stays
you
at
guys were coming in.
Eli stays at second after the bobble from Scott.
So yesterday, after having legend Andy Oldenburg back on the field,
Yes.
he is retiring once again for the next year. He's done, and he's got to take off and head back to Columbia, unfortunately. But
Yeah, it didn't work out with the Expos schedule today to get any more bats. And I will say, Brett, I think the Expos missed an opportunity there. I think Andy basically, I know he didn't run on that home run he thought was gone, but that was basically a 3-for-3 day for him.
yeah, he
And
looked.
He looked good at the plate, looked like a seasoned vet. He knows how to handle the bat. And when you have guys on your team that were struggling, like Germer is having a struggling year, batting .083, and John Light having a struggle at bat. You know, he's been getting it close to home. Like, you know, he's got some home runs robbed and things like that too.
Well, I kind of figured popped out, and Jackson's got that. I kind of figured John would take a few to adjust because he hasn't played since last
Sure.
Memorial Day weekend.
But Andy hasn't played for
Yeah, exactly.
6 years.
I figured Germer would do a little bit better because he had a decent summer league.
He did.
I thought.
He did.
So, you know, it's one of those things that we thought we'd initially Saturday morning. Andy said he would be here today, and we'd get him more at bats. So we
Sure.
kind of played it as if he was going to have another full day with us, but
And
his
Jackson.
schedule just won't allow it. So, you know, we played it as if we had him for 2 days. But it's great that he came back and got a few.
It was great to see him, yes, and great to see him. His first at bat was hilarious, and then he got to hit in the other games. And his batting average, I think, is around 500 right now.
I watched that Twitter video. It's like a live video of Andy Oldenburg's return at bat,
One
and
pitch.
it is one pitch, and he just drops his head in shame.
Shame. And he forgot about it, so he instantly was just distraught. And as Scott Poley pops up to Trent Davis on the mound,
And that was his only at bat of that game, and then he did not bat for another few more hours. So you know, he was sitting with that for a while.
Sam Bakula with a swing there. 1-1.
Oh,
Nice
rope down
hit
the
from
left field
Sam.
line.
Looks like it's 7-4 over there. It should be 8-4 though. Obviously, I think he just switched it. You have 8-4 with Jackson's home run there, beginning. Kevin Poley mashing the ball as of late, and look at the coordination here of Kevin's outfit. Like, the Nike swooshes are in perfect sync for his shoes and socks, and the pinstripe all the way up to his head. I mean, that is just coordination at its finest from the Yankees. And these Yankees coming out looking like, got some new hats. Jackson's got his hat on, his Yankees hat, got their new headbands. Looking good, looking good.
Doing these little things are what it kind of is to be the franchise of the year. Just kind of something new every year. Not
Exactly.
Not just come and show up and play and leave. Come up, have a good time, and
Sure.
bring something new to the league.
And it really helps the Yankees too, because they have not only Kevin Poley, who does so much for the league more than anybody else, but also for Jackson Crosley, who is probably the most beloved of many of the Whifflers here at the SWBL.
Yeah.
And Jackson getting the full fourth spot in the batting lineup and doing a great job this year.
Without John Callaway, but his outfit and his facial hair would not fly on the real Yankees.
That is true. Maybe that's his stick it to the man mentality, especially Sam Bakula out there with long hair, and even Kevin's floppy hair at first base. That wouldn't even work probably. Jackson hitting the ball so hard past Luke, and he can't get it in time. Sammy scores on Jackson Crosley. RBI Central. And this is going to be an interesting offseason, Brett. We've been hearing so many swirling rumors about teams, and we won't say them live on air because we want it to be a surprise to our viewers. But one of the things about the Yankees that intrigues you is, and John Callaway, of course, happy for Jackson, happy for his team, but what do they do if Jackson has the best season out of everybody hitting and carried their offense? What do they do?
I would be, it's a tough question because I can't get into their heads, but personally, I would like to see more teams attempt to bat 5 and get more players playing time, get them in the game. I know it hurts the season stats, the home
records,
run totals,
single season records.
Yeah, I get all that, but if you have 5 guys that are here and they all can hit and they all want to play, go for it every once in a while. You don't have to do it every game, but
of course.
Give it a try.
It's always good to get your people some at bats. The Royals, before the disbandment of the Royals, we had about 7 or 8 guys on our roster. And there were some games that, we wanted to keep the 4 batters just to get reps. But then also there's like Mike Bogat. Even Spencer's dad was signed to our team. We're like, you know what? A game against the Twins, we're going to bat 5 and put Mike Bogat out there. And those are the fun things I think you can do. To get some extra guys at bats. And we tried to get Andy Oldenburg from the Expos, to join us. And I think Andy might a little regret that now. He could have got a lot more at bats with the Royals.
He would have played a bit more, unfortunately, but
he had the Expos gear.
It all worked out because you guys now are the Braves, and that gave the Marlins an opportunity.
A nice play. That's fielder's choice there, as Scott gets on base, but Jackson out at second.
I like how you're doing the stats and yelling them to Gus so he knows what to do.
Was it that obvious?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's obvious for probably me and Gus.
Well, I also want to make sure that he gives Scott the on-base percentage, because he does. Scott has had some struggle at bats this time, so you want to make sure he doesn't get the ground out.
Yeah,
the stats are off a little bit. Apparently, we had some stat issues yesterday. Had to do some fixing this morning, or last night from Peter and Scott's games doing stats. And it was just,
Okay, good. Just making sure it wasn't me.
And then there was another, and had text from a couple players that thought they had a different stat lines and things like that. So I'll take a look at some video once we get all the video up and things like that. But I don't mind that, to be honest with you. If people know and they want to see, and we have the video to look back.
If they truly believe that what they have is wrong, we have all the records. We can go through it and then confirm everything.
And last night, even Gus, when we play, somebody else takes stats, but last night it said Gus had an error in as a pitcher, and he couldn't remember his error for the life of him. So I said, you know what, if you really want to, go look at the stats and foul ball. Go look at the video, see what you got, and if something comes up, then you can let us know. We'll change it.
Yeah.
And we're doing this year, Brett, too, and this actually might stick, and we might do this the same way, but I really like how we're doing awards after the season. I love having the awards ceremony barbecue. I love doing that, and obviously we'll still have the barbecue next year. Still thank our sponsors, still do all the ceremony stuff, but maybe take a step back and do some of the more awards in the post season.
Yeah, I know you've mentioned that before, and I'm all for it. I think with the new culture, obviously this year we'll do some Zoom award type meeting or something,
sure,
and do a big thing with all the league and anyone who wants to attend to award ceremonies. We kind
and
of
obviously
a
a graphic, maybe like once a week, a graphic could come out for each one to reveal, and have a big countdown reveal on YouTube or something like we did for the premiere.
I love that idea as well.
Just to get more content generated and people can have more wiffle throughout the year. And as everybody knows, it is 7 to 8 months away. is next season. Not 12, 7 to 8 months.
It is exciting because we are very excited to get back out.
I mean, when you think about it, this is even crazier to think about. We're 3 months away from winter meeting.
It's just a different experience, obviously, this year, but especially playing so late in the year. It's just, it feels the same, but you just know something's different.
And I think, too, Summer League really helped people. We're going to continue to do Summer League every year, but next year it'll be after Memorial Day, obviously. We'll start it mid-June, late June, and roll. And there's even been talks about possibly doing, Summer League playoffs like during Labor Day, have a big barbecue or something. But you don't want to take away that from families. We already take away Memorial Day. We don't want to take away Labor Day, too. So
yeah, I mean, it's very possible that we just do a player kind of hang out that last day and don't worry about a big barbecue with families.
Sure.
And we play playoffs and have a, hang out in the pool or whatever. But everyone loved the Summer League. I know people were itching to play with it being pushed back after Memorial Day, and then
Kevin there with a nice catch. Kevin Poley galloping, his hair flopping in the wind. Look at his hair just bouncing on top of that headband. Jackson Krause not attending nationals this year with the SWBL Cardinals. Tough sell for the Cardinals to not have their number 2 pitcher. But for Jackson and his flow, he's got it back. So you really hope that he keeps growing it out for Indy in 2021.
Oh yeah, you got to grow that past the shoulders for sure.
Everybody likes the flow with Jackson at nationals, and Jackson will be back in 2021, and we're hoping that you, Brett, can also join us in 2021 in Indianapolis.
Yeah, considered it this year. You guys, we talked about it, and after it was switched to Pennsylvania, it became where we weren't going to drive, and at this point,
it's tough with a plane ride. Not only financial, but also just with COVID reasons. And I know, like we fly two balls there from Trent. We fly Southwest, and I know Southwest does no middle seat people, so like the flights are smaller.
Yeah.
But it is still a bit of a risk to go. But after we're done, luckily I'm teaching virtually. I don't have to I have a luxury of being able to quarantine myself for 2 weeks afterwards.
Of course, and I'd still go if it's more the one-way trip is like $270 now. So at this point, there probably is no real reason for me to go.
Well, that shows you too that travel is up. Travel, the tourism is getting, because when we bought our tickets, they were not. They were like 61 way. It was cheap.
So Indy 2021, I would definitely be interested in coming.
And how great is it that it's in Indianapolis next year? We can drive, and there's even the possibility of, we've talked about bringing 2 teams, doing a summer league as well team. And there's a lot of interest. We got PG, you got Jimmy Nelson. This would be chances for people to kind of, take that step and get those reps and see what you can do.
It really is not a bad idea to have a, I hate to say an A team and a B team, but 2 teams that can play, and you see what guys can do at nationals and how they can handle a fast
And you know
pitching.
what? As long as we have to really be specific to whoever is in summer league has to play in that, and we would have to switch it to a 10-game season as well. So instead of 8, it would be to 10. But I do think we're going to grow in popularity with the summer league. So
when we started later, summer league started a little bit later than we would next year.
Correct.
So yeah, we can obviously tour with it.
Exactly. And we'll make it so that they'll be eligible with the 10-game minimum, and we'll have the schedule, everything on the website that is needed. And while people will say, isn't it just under the Skibby Wiffle Ball umbrella? No, it's a completely separate league.
Yeah.
It's still called the SWBL. It's just the Summer Wiffle Ball League. So it'll be really interesting to go to nationals. There's 2 SWBL teams.
Yeah, no one would understand it, but it would be too bad for them.
My thought is to also confuse people and make it the Cardinals and the Redbirds.
Oh gosh, that'd be really good.
Kevin Poley with the walk there, and that'll be first and second. Sometimes a smart move the way Kevin has been mashing the ball. Jackson trying to just poke it, and you gotta wonder, why is he trying to do that when he is mashing the ball? And swings there.
He has had some good reps.
Quick 0-2 here. Trent threw a wild pitch earlier. And Sam back will advance to second. Walk is good. Luke can now make a play on his brother at third. Ooh, Trent pitching low to Jackson. Knows that Jackson can do some damage. all over the place.
No.
No. Now it's 8. Now it's 7. Oh, and a strikeout for Trent Davis. Ring the bell. Another $1 from Ruben Brown.
Pick me up, Scott.
So this is the Yankees Marlins. After this, we have a 15-minute break, and we are starting with the Yankees Brewers at 10:30.
We'll get some new balls in here. Make sure everybody cleans up these set of balls. We got a new set of balls ready to go in the shed. Oh, and another advance, another wild pitch, and that, you know, takes the psyche away from it. Although the strikeout was huge, but now you have to get to the pitcher. You don't have the option to get him out of third. You don't have the option to get him out of second. And with Scott Pulley up, obviously it's a tough at bat anyway.
It really is. Scott's one of those guys that you just don't like to pitch against.
No.
It feels like he can cover everything
And
just like that.
as we say it, Brett, just
And that was probably going to be about a foot above the strike zone. And he just, it comes in right at his chest. You know, the tall guys can seem to reach a lot.
there are a lot of people in this league, Brett, that have some success in the baseball realm, but with wiffle ball, it's that unorthodox. Oh, Shambong! There we go. Brett with the win there. Nice job. Got the coughs now, I'm sure. Stand back to the Luke with a nice play to end the inning. Wow. Woo! Brother to brother there.
Robbery.
That is exciting.
And that is probably a home run robbery.
That is home run for sure.
That was going to continue up. Thank you.
Luke, one of the bigger characters in the SWBL.
Quite a few.
Oh man, so many wonderful characters in this league. Just in this game alone.
Yeah. Surprise me, babe.
And Luke Bacula and Jackson Crosley in this game, great characters of the league. You know, today is the big day, Brett. Today is Hall of Fame voting day. And after this live stream, you know, it's going to be my mission to make sure every team has an all-star vote and a home run and a Hall of Fame vote. All-star game not happening this year, home run derby, and so it was weird last night. You know, skills competition and home run derby, usually a big sell. But I mean, it's been weird all weekend. Not only are there no fans, Brett, but the Sonos is broken. There's no music.
I did think of that this morning when I got here, and I have a speaker, and I just forgot to turn it on.
And some teams, like the Astros, brought a speaker this morning, had some low music playing. You can't really play it early in the morning, obviously, with the neighbors.
Not too loud,
but
yeah.
What a great start to the wiffle ball season. And everybody's doing a really great job with social distancing and with COVID and everything. And teams have kind of gone to, I know our team does air fives the whole time, but you know, teams still do high fives with each other. Oh my gosh, Sam Rudnick, what a gem for this team.
But you're right. Most teams seem to be sticking to their own little separate areas, and
Exactly.
then we have the retaining walls here for the actual playing players.
Correct.
And like you said, I think most of us are doing air fives. But
Yeah, and
there are some teams that, you know, you get caught up in the moment, you run around.
And to
whatever.
each other, like some people are doing elbows, or like our team's doing elbows a lot, and you know, fist bumps are always safer. But we also have hand sanitizer stations throughout, and every team was provided with some hand sanitizer as well. Wow, and that did not hit a tree. As I mean, the tree trimming from Hawks Nest Tree Care is just doing a great job.
I think people are loving that. It's bumping stats up. Wow.
It's bumping some home runs, and it's bumping fielding stats because you can make more plays in the field.
There
as
has
well.
been quite a few more down left field line foul that people seem to have gotten to, and which I kind of like. It opens up the field a little bit.
And it should be an out.
Yeah.
If you hit that down the line and it's still in play in that grassy area, then yeah, it should be. That's 2 quick pitches and 2 quick outs here. Kevin Pulley making the first one, Scott Pulley making the second one. Sam Rudnick with a home run though, and puts the score looks like at 12-5.
All right, thanks. Yep.
Yankees looking to pile it on a little bit more, possibly. They're the away team, so they're going to get another chance to get some hits for sure. More hand sanitizer being used by the Yankees. You got to love to see that in the COVID environment.
Man, a mimosa is very good.
It's tasting great this morning, and we'll take this time to thank our sponsors again. We've already thanked Dick's Sporting Goods again, and Reuben Brown, Glendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and Ketting Eye Center, our 2 division sponsors. We want to thank Cardinal Blinds and Shutters, our press conference sponsors. 2 balls there from Trent Davis. And then we have some great other things at the end of the year. We got the All-Stars will all be receiving an Andy's Frozen Custard. Andy's Frozen Custard free Blizzard. They can't participate this year, so we get them at least a little frozen concrete. You know?
I actually used mine the other day. The Player of the Week in the summer league. I used it and went through Andy's drive-through and got a free little concrete. It was a nice little.
How big was it? Show me on your hand.
It's actually pretty big. I mean,
oh, nice. So
as he does it again. He does it again.
Wow. Kevin Pulley is shocked. That was a hard hit ball. Luke Bacula.
Yeah.
Nice hit. Hey.
That was torch.
So Andy's Frozen Custard, again, thank you. We're also for Franchise of the Year, Brett, we are going to have an exciting prize that we're going to, I think is going to be a really cool thing. And only 4 of the teammates can do it, but somebody from out of town, or they can just pay for another person. But it's a deluxe wine tasting from Cooper's Hawk Winery. So your team can go together to a wine tasting. So Franchise of the Year, it's only for 4 people, but you can just pay like $7-8 more, and you can get another person added to it. I mean,
I think that's a great.
Isn't that a great prize for Franchise
of the Year? Because it is for the franchise.
Yeah.
It brings them together.
Camaraderie,
that's
they go together. So we're Cooper's Hawk Winery. We thank you for sponsoring our Franchise of the Year prize, and we hope that they can be with us every single year too.
Yeah, that's
and
exciting.
then we also have Daily Smokehouse Barbecue, our fantasy wiffle sponsor. Thank you to Daily Smokehouse for providing the gift card for that. Right down the road from the Blur. Delicious barbecue.
Drive-through. They have a drive-through.
Do they have a drive-through now?
I believe there is a drive-through on the
around
side
the
of
shopping
on the right side.
You know what? That's smart of them, considering with COVID and everything. That's
I've never seen it before, but I drove by the other day and it looked like there was a car picking up food from there. So
Daily Smokehouse Barbecue. I've gotten a lot of carry out from them in this quarantine. Thanking all of our businesses. Oh. In talks too. Next year we're going to try to get a restaurant sponsor back for our Friday opening night, as long as COVID is over and well and done. Jack smashes the ball and completely crushes it. Jackson is going to have to go get that ball though.
I'm on it.
You're going to have to frame it.
And then he's going to have to bring it back and we'll probably throw it away. Jackson Crosley, oh my gosh, what a season.
Yeah, you'd think without Callaway, the Yankees offense would kind of slow down a little bit.
But no, they picked up Trent Davis another wild pitch. It doesn't count as a wild pitch in the stats book now, but throwing it over. Maybe it's because he's so tall. Oh my God, bucket! Oh, over the bucket, in line with it.
That was right there.
None of the Yankees paid for that though, so wouldn't have mattered.
Scott, if that would have gone in, I would have given you $5.
Yeah, I mean, at that point.
Yeah.
If somebody hits that one, I mean, that's deserving. Oh my gosh.
That was probably the closest bucket we've seen.
That bucket, oh my gosh, yes,
sure.
that
Corey
was in
hit
line.
One. Corey hit the middle one on the first night, but
we've had a couple Plinkos that have gotten close. Gus got close a couple times, and we've had a couple Plinkos, but that was definitely the closest one there. Scott, in line with the bucket, in line with the bucket.
A foot over.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I thought it was going to happen right there. And that's the beauty of the SWBL. There's so many home runs that something like this could work. this little 50-50 raffle that you guys got going with Chill Designs. I mean, this could work. I mean, even though they're small buckets, you definitely can have the opportunity.
Yeah, I think this is phase one. We're testing it out. We have 3 smaller buckets out there. If no one gets it in, no one gets too close the rest of the time, we'll adjust and we'll get more buckets, we'll get bigger buckets.
I think everybody is under the same mindset. It's $5 added to it, and it's all for the league. If nobody gets it in the bucket, then hey, that money goes to the league, and you use it for something later on for season 19 or season 20. We're not an official non-for-profit, but we are the same as a non-for-profit in the sense that all the money goes back towards the league, and that's why we add new things and more exciting things for the league, and continuously adding new scoreboard, new press conference area, new merchandise added. I mean, there's so many things that this league continues to get better and better with, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds still.
Yeah, and you're right. That's all because of league fees. We had the Summer League Power Up menu, which was new this year. Obviously, with the Summer League coming back, the Power Up menu was something that was a unique idea, and I think it worked pretty well for the regular season.
It was just fun sometimes to make people bat lefty, make people and I think when people only use lefty, there's a couple blindfold at bats that was pretty hilarious at the beginning. As another wild pitch there, Sam Bakula advancing to second, and oh man, you got to blame it on the height, I guess now.
Yeah, I mean, he's dropping down, he's got the riser, but it keeps on carrying up. He's got good pitching, but
yeah,
it just seems to.
Look at that. He takes one step and he's at the foul area. One step and he's already in the foul area. And I know that we're talking a lot about Trent's height, but he is the tallest player, I think, to ever play in the league. I think it was once held by Charlie Bakula. And now Trent Davis holds the record for tallest player.
Interesting.
Nice hit. Tries to dive on it. Nice play, though. No, he was out. He was out. That was a good play.
It is harder to police. I know we usually have more people sitting and watching the games and more input from teams and front office members. But now that we're doing the scheduling blocks, people are coming in and out, and there's more often than not, it is only the two teams playing.
Yeah.
And maybe a team in the corner.
Ready to go for the next game. Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing is when there is a disagreement or a close play, it is harder for the two teams that are playing to be unbiased.
It is.
And
it is.
Most of the time, people are good about it, but it is a little bit different now that we don't have.
And you see what you want to see sometimes. And obviously, the Yankees in a spot, they want to get that single, but I mean that was clearly an out. Foot was above the base, and you can almost hear it. You see it, and then hear him touch that base, and it was definitely a bang bang play.
You know what you could actually hear?
Bells.
A squeak toy. He wants a squeak toy now, Blake. Yeah.
Do like a big one, you know.
Yeah, like
the ones that make the chickens
that brings
make the
air back in.
Yeah.
See, you do that. Can you imagine that? Is that sound as someone touches first base?
That was pretty good squeak toy sound, actually.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah. Oh, big cut from Josh Anthony here.
And that one dropped right before the plate there.
Marlins, good addition, and for being a brand new team and coming into this league, just a month or so ago, being ready to go to fill in, having matching shirts, all the same color, even the Marlins jerseys that some of them have, and then 3 of them just with Marlins t-shirts. But great matching, all nice guys.
Yeah, you'd like to see that.
Purchased SWBL, apparel. I mean, it's all good stuff from the Marlins. We're happy to have them, and despite not having a win so far, they have gotten close, hit some runs.
Looks like no one said infield fly.
I don't think anybody said infield fly. If they did, we didn't hear it here.
And Fat Jay heard someone say run it out, so he ran it out, and unfortunately that ends up in a double play and the end of the game.
I think, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Brett, thank you for joining me for the live stream. We may be back on in a little bit, folks. We'll see what's going on with the games. And we got a little break here, and then we will be back after we get some new balls. We'll be back for the Brewers and the Yankees, right?
Yes, correct.
Big game, Brewers-Yankees, coming at you next.